Hello, and welcome to my channel. I have bought an exorbitant amount of books in the last month or so I thought I would film a little haul for you to show you what I got, because I like sharing and I like watching these type of videos, so I'll make my own. And then also, this means that I can now finally, instead of having these books sitting on a stack on this thing next to my desk, I can try to incorporate them into my bookshelves behind me. I don't have a whole lot of space unless I do quite a bit of reorganizing or shifting around of items, but we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. Let me see if I can show you just how ridiculous this has gotten. Oh my god. Did you see the light flash before my eyes just there when it started to go? This stack of books has been sitting next to my desk for close to a month. I was waiting for the last item since like December 5th. It finally got here like an hour ago, so I can finally film this video, show you what I got. If I sound a little funky, I'm sorry. I am kind of sick. I don't know if it's just sick or if it's allergies or if it's both, but I had a sore throat for a few days, and then today I've just been super congested. I also talk a lot. I say a lot. If you don't like that, go find a different video. This is not the one for you. If you like people that like to talk a lot, you come to the right place, because that's me. All right, I'm rambling because I'm awkward, so let's just get right on into it. To give you kind of an idea price range wise, all of these books were purchased at Half Price Books, which is a used bookstore chain, but just to give you kind of an idea of how much these books cost, all of them are $5 to $15 range. Okay, so first, I bought these the longest ago, but still it's not that long. I don't have the receipt, I just put it over there. I bought these sometime towards the end of November. It is the first and second book in the Crescent City series by Sarah J. Maas. So what is this? The House of Earth and Blood is the first one, and then the House of Sky and Breath. These were $9 a piece. I'll kind of show you both of them while I talk. I had no plans on buying this series anytime soon. My priority for the Sarah J. Maas verse is that I want to get into reading Throne of Glass. I have Throne of Glass, Crown of Midnight, and The Assassin's Blade. I have asked for the rest of them for Christmas, so we'll see if I get them. But I read ACOTAR last year and I loved it, so my priority is Throne of Glass to be my next series of her to get into. The only reason that I ended up buying these is because I've been trying to find these in paperback, because I am someone who tends to prefer hardcover books, but I just got ACOTAR in paperback, so I want all of her books in paperback because they're all like nice next to each other in size. They're very consistent. So I have been looking for paperback ones of both of these, and every time I see these at the store, it's either just one of them or it's both of them, but one of them's in hardcover, or they're the ugly. If you like them, I'm sorry, but the Barnes & Noble, I think they are special editions. I'll put a picture here of what they look like. I think that they're really, really ugly, so I wanted these just regular versions of them. So when I found both of them at the same time, I just thought, well, I guess you're coming home with me. And like I said, they were $9 each. That is not bad. These next few books were all purchased on clearance. Now, a little bit of a side tangent, but not really, because it's related to the next two books, am a big library fan. I use the library probably about 50% of the time. It doesn't look like it with the books that I bought today, the volume of them, but I do try to save money and get books from the library when I can, especially if they're a series that I'm not 100% sure that I'm going to like. I kind of only buy books that I know I really like. Sometimes I buy them after having already read them from the library as sort of like a trophy to add to the collection of these are my favorite books. So what I do, if I find books that I find very interesting, but they're like $10, $15 and I don't want to spend that much on it, I will see if my library has them and just get them there. And this book, The Wicked Deep by, is it Shay Earnshaw? You can see it. Is that not beautiful? Has this beautiful holographic foiling on it, and that is 100% why I picked it up off the shelf. I'm like, that looks so cool, and it was like $10. I wasn't gonna spend that much, so I put it in my mark for later list at the library. I saw this back in the clearance section for $2. They had a regular copy up for $10 in the regular teen section, but then this was in the clearance in the back for $2. So for $2 I will pick up the pretty book. The next was also $2, but these were on a different trip at a different location. So this first one is The Book of Living Secrets by Madeline Rue. I don't know how to say the name. As you will maybe also see. Yeah, this one was also $2. I picked it up because this is a pretty cover, and it just looked kind of right up my alley of the type of books I like reading. I had seen this on a different trip, and likewise had added it to, trying to see how much you were $9 originally. I added it to my, oh, they have that at the library, I'll pick it up at some point, but for $2, I don't mind. Like I said, $2 is nothing, pretty much. I don't care if it's a book that I don't like when I didn't spend that much money on it, and it looked pretty. Need I say more? Oh my god. This next book I'm so excited to finally have. So this is Carry On by Rainbow Rowell, but specifically this original cover of the book. So I love this series. The Simon Snow Trilogy is one of my favorite series that I've ever read. This version of the book is the one that I read initially when I got it from the library, and then I had pre-ordered the second and third book because I read this and then it was like a year or so before the next book was supposed to come out. So I had pre-ordered the second one, I got the third one, and I really wanted a matching with like the new character art covers of the whole series. I wanted that version of the first book since I had gotten the second and third one. So I had found that at a bookstore by me, but it was in paperback. So I've had a paperback copy for years. Over the summer, I found a hardcover copy of the character art one, and I ended up buying that. So I don't know. I was turned the other way if you couldn't hear me. Down there's my paperback copy. Up there's my hardcover copy. But I've been wanting this version of the book. I also still want I want the yellow cover. I think it's the Barnes & Noble version. Or maybe that's what I have. I want the yellow cover copy of the second book because I have the like dark blue one. Anyways, I'm normally not someone that likes to collect multiple versions of the same book unless it's a few very specific series that they're like my favorite ones. I'm okay with it. But the last few times before I bought this that I had gone to half price books, I saw the like new art paperback copies of the first book in clearance for $2. And I was like, I really want this version. And when I picked this one up, I had seen one of the new cover copies in the clearance section for $2, and I was like, I really wish I had the other one. And then my like eyes scanned down 2 rows and this one was sitting there. So I was very happy to pick this up. This one, I'm so excited to finally have this version of the book. Yeah. Oh, next. Okay, so this is Siege and Storm by Leigh Bardugo. This is the second book in the Shadow and Bone trilogy. Fun fact, I have not read any of her YA stuff. I read The Familiar this year, and I really liked it, and I've heard such amazing things about her YA series. I've heard that her YA writing is better than her adult writing, and I'm a big YA fan, so I, at some point, will get to the series. I own the third book. I've actually owned that one for quite a few months. I just finally got the second one because I want this version of it where it's this soft touch matte cover that does not have the like double cover on it, because I hate those, and you're gonna see one in a little bit with the same author. I wanted this version. That's the version I found of the third one. I know it exists of the first one because I've seen it online. I'm just waiting to find it in person. Like I said, I go to the library. I don't even think I just realized that I've been looking at Mickey Mouse that's on my phone case and not at the camera. I don't know how long that's been happening. I'm sorry if it's been the whole time. Like I said before, with the fact that I'm an avid library user, if I end up needing to get the first book from the library because I can't find the edition of it that I want by the time I want to read it, that's fine. I kind of buy books, like I said, as more of a trophy once I finished reading them for the most part, because I'm trying to save money that way, instead of buying books as oh, this looks good, maybe I'll like it, and then I don't like it and I'm stuck with a book that I spent money on that I don't like. But I feel like I'd like this, and I have some, whatever, I have some for other books. And I've been looking for this specific edition, so this one was $5.49. I don't love the permanent Netflix sticker, but it is what it is. I know some people on Etsy sell stickers to go over these. I don't know if my third book copy has one. I know that they make this one without the fake sticker, but I don't care enough because you're just gonna see this part. Ooh, this next trip was fun. So at some point, I know on my TikTok I think I might do it here because why not? It's content. I wanted to make a video talking about the Folk of the Air series, the whole novels of Elfame by Holly Black, because wow. I read The Cruel Prince in September, and I really didn't like it. I didn't give it a super high rating for me, and I just felt it to be pretty boring, and definitely I felt like it was meant for younger readers. Before you crucify me, I love YA. Most of what I've shown you today is YA. I'd say about 50%, give or take up or down, but around the 50% mark of what I read is YA. My favorite series ever is YA. That doesn't bother me. But this one felt more middle grade, like made for like 10 to 13-year-olds versus more like 15, 16 to like 22, like YA is. So I didn't love The Cruel Prince. I felt like it was pretty boring. And I initially, when I bought The Cruel Prince, had planned on just buying the whole trilogy, and by the time I finished The Cruel Prince, I was like, oh, I'm so glad that I didn't buy that, because what a waste of money. I heard so many great things about it on TikTok, and I'm like, this is the series that you guys like. So I had picked up the second book from the library, I think in September, and was like, I'll get to this at some point, because I enjoyed the book enough to want to know what happened in the second book, but not enough to pay money for it. So I started reading that book on December 1st, and I am now on the last of the Stolen Heir duology. So I read The Wicked King, The Queen of Nothing. I read the, how the King of Elfame learned to hate stories. It's like the novella. I read the Stolen Heir, and then I'm over halfway through The Prisoner's Throne right now. I really, really love this series. So I had gone to the store while I was reading. So I started The Wicked King Sunday night. I finished it Tuesday morning. On Monday, I had gone to the library and picked up the rest of the series. I picked up the duology. I picked up like some of the like extended stories. It's like, was it The Darkest Parts of the Forest? And then I also at some point went up and picked the like modern fairy tales, which is like Tithe I don't remember the other two, but I decided I wanted to own the series. I had the paperback copy of The Cruel Prince, so I wanted the other two books as well to add to my collection. So I got The Wicked King and The Queen of Nothing in paperback for $6.49 a piece. These are in very nice shape, very nice and crisp and white. Yay! I'm so excited to have these now, to like have all of them, because this is like has become one of my favorite series. It's good. I understand. I get the hype. But also, while I was there, I picked up this. So this is a Barnes & Noble exclusive edition of the first book. So it has an alternate cover dust jacket, and then it has like extra story inside it, which is cool because it's printed on purple ink. Like this whole thing is printed on purple ink, which is very uncommon to see stuff printed in any sort of color in books, because as someone who does graphic design and has done book design work, it costs a lot of money to get stuff printed in colored ink. So I just thought this was really cool. They had actually, when I went, so they had the whole series, including the first book, in paperback, and then they also had the whole series in the original, like the regular hardcovers. And I was like, oh, Caitlin, you don't need to spend $60 to get all of those right now, even though I wanted to. At some point, I want to collect the whole series in hardcover too, and then I think that there's special editions of all of them like this. And I do at least want to get the duology too. But yeah, how much were you? You were $10. $6.50, and then these were all 10. So that would have been like $60 just on those. And I stayed strong. Oh, and also on that trip, I had wanted, if you don't know what Half Price Books is, it's a used bookstore chain. It's similar to, I think, like McKay's. McKee's is one I see in like Tennessee and stuff a lot. I'm so jealous of you if you have that bookstore chain. Every single time I see videos of that place, I'm like, oh, the motherland. It's similar to Second and Charles if you've been to one of those. I used to work at one and then it closed. Rest in peace. But Half Price Books is a similar deal, but they do these every year, which they're these little calendars that you can buy. It's $5 if you just buy it, or if you spend $30, you get one. And inside there's coupons for each month. I can't remember. They're all 10% off, and you have one that's like January and February, March and April, May and June. And I'll use them because I buy books a lot. So I wanted to get one of these. I was at like $25, and like I said, you needed to have 30 to get it. And I said, give me a second, I can find another book. So I got this. This is Crooked Kingdom by Leigh Bardugo, which is the second book in the, Six of Crows duology, which I do own Six of Crows already. This one has that stupid fucking double cover thing, which I hate, but it is what it is. This was $6, so it got me, I was at like 31. And I had a coupon too. I had a 10% off coupon, so wonderful. And then lastly, the next book is why I had to wait till now to film it, why I've had a stack of books for a few weeks, because I ordered this book on like December 3rd or 5th. I think it was the 5th, and it just got here today. I will say, love Mercari, but sometimes I'm like, I know you got, because I sell on Mercari, I'm like, I know you got the notification that you sold an item. Sell it, please, or drop it off, because I actually had to message this seller and be like, hi, hey, can I have my book, please? And she's like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry, I'm sending it out tomorrow. And I said, no worries. But I read this book early in the year and I absolutely loved it. This is To Kill a Shadow by Catherine Quinn. Now I remember, I think it's Mistlands. I think that's what this series is called. Why did I pick it up at the library? Because it's pretty. Literally, I picked it up for no other reason beside it was on like a, staff picks shelf, and I'm like, that's beautiful. And I really, really liked it. This has a very interesting aspect to it in that the POV switches between the main male and female characters pretty much 1-to-1 every chapter. There's towards the end a few that are like 2 in a row from the same character. I find it interesting because you don't see that dynamic a lot in kind of the like female oriented romantasy fantasy stories. I find that a lot of the times it's just in the female's point of view, or if it is in the guy's point of view, it's like third person all of a sudden. Like the Stolen Heir duology is like that, where the first book is from a female perspective, it's in first person, and then the second book is from the male main character's perspective, which I was so excited for because I'm like, oh, that'd be really interesting to see how he thinks, but it's in third person, which I like third person overall, but it's jarring when your whole book is in first person. Like, why I so frequently have seen this where like if there is a male perspective, it's in third person. Fourth Wing isn't like that. I wish we got more chapters from Xaden's POV, but like it's nice that when it is, it's still in his first person point of view. But you don't see it that often. At least I haven't. If you have some recommendations, I would love them because I do enjoy that quite a bit. Either a whole book from his perspective or like switching. But this book was really good. And I knew that there was another book coming out, but I didn't know when. And the day that I ordered this, was sitting in the car, actually was telling my mom about that exact thing. I was like, oh, it's fun to see stuff where the POV switches. And then while I was in the car, because she like had ran into the store, while I was sitting there on TikTok, I saw a video that like someone had just taken a picture of a table at Barnes & Noble, and what was on the table was not what the video was about, but I saw a book on the table that I was like, pause, what is that? I went and Googled, and like 2 days before I saw that video, this released. So this is the second book in this duology. This is To Shatter the Night, and like look how beautiful these two look next to each other. Oh, I love that. Like, this is a nice looking series right next to each other. I hope you can see that. I was holding that in the right spot. Oh, I spent $5 on this on Mercari. Quite a steal. And then this one, I literally, within 5 minutes of seeing the TikTok, I had ordered this on Amazon. It was $14.98. And actually, once I got the book, I went and returned it because if you collect books, you know, I want one that's in nice condition. I don't want it all beat up. I don't want the spine cracked. I don't want the corners dinged up. I don't want the dust jacket ripped. And it just like wasn't in good shape because it was just like thrown in a box, not even in any sort of plastic. And it was just like going crazy in there. So I returned it and I went to Meijer, which is like a local Walmart, Target type like big box store, and they had it for $14.99 instead of $14.98. So I thought that I could spare a penny to just go and buy one in person to be able to check and see the condition myself. Yeah, this one has blue sprayed edges. I think that they look so nice next to each other. And this one is why I had to wait so long to film this video, because I ordered it on like December 5th and I just got it today. I had to message the Mercari person. Did I say that already? I might have. If I did, okay, I'm gonna cut that out. I'm super happy to have both of these. I haven't read this one yet because I'm trying to finish the book I'm reading right now first, but then I'm gonna get into this one and I'm so excited because I really liked the first one and we ended on a bit of a cliffhanger. So I'm so excited to see what happens next. So that was my haul. I've been filming for a little while. My next steps is that I need to try to fit these into the bookshelves behind me. I do actually have quite a few bookshelves. I have 3 full-size bookshelves. One like skinny one, if you can see right behind me, I have one that has video games. That's skinny, that's the same height as these. These are like the Billy bookshelves from IKEA, but they're an old version of them, so they don't make this width anymore. And they also don't make this corner one that I have behind me anymore. And they make a thing you can use to make it a corner shelf, but mine doesn't just like go straight back into the corner, it goes like out into the corners, so there's more space in it. I don't know if you can see this right here or not. I don't know. My watch is dying, so I can't see my like viewfinder anymore. And also, yeah, I should have moved my Guitar Hero, it's a Rock Band guitar, out of the way. I forgot about it. Oh well. I've got one of the shorter ones here, and then I also have a 8 shelf square bookshelf over there. But I use my bookshelves for storage as well. So like I have like stationery stuff, like I've got like diplomas and coloring books and papers here. This is like extra video game controller supplies. I have art stuff over there. So there is storage going on in my bookshelves. It's not just books because I still live at home. So I don't have multiple rooms to my name to be able to like have stuff that this would be in a living room or in an office. It's all in my bedroom. I have some shelves that I might take down that are like permanent, like kind of collectible display shelves, that they're not book holding shelves, that I might make book holding shelves. Because yeah, I got a lot of books now to reincorporate back into my shelves. And I have a few anticipated releases coming up in the next year, but especially in the next few months. Upcoming videos that I have planned. I kind of want to make one talking about the Cruel Prince series and gushing over it. Something I'm super excited about is that I'm doing a reading journal for this year, that I'm like making my own. It's like a bullet journal, reading journal. I did a reading journal last year, this year, and I absolutely loved it. It was a pre-done one, which wasn't perfect, but I loved the style of it because it's very like gothic-y, and I couldn't find one that was in the style that I wanted that was a pre-done one. And there's issues I have with this one that it's not perfect for me to continue on into the new year, so I'm doing it myself. So I kind of want to make like a setup flip through video of that, and then I might try to do like monthly, here's a recap of what I did. But yeah, I just want to film more. I like talking about stuff. I would like to do more book reviews because I review books myself, but I would like to kind of learn how to express my thoughts outwardly for other people, to see if it would, you know, help them with the book review. And I'm very wordy, and I know I like that. I like watching videos where people gab, so I'll do it myself. But yeah, I have a lot of videos that I'd like to film. I have a lot that I've already filmed that I just need to edit and post. I'm really bad at that. Thank you for watching. If you got to the end, I love you for that, because I know I ramble and I talk, and some people like it and some people don't, because I get comments on both my TikTok and in the past on YouTube of people being like, wrap it up, or like, take a shot every time she says like. I know I do. It's because I think really fast and I can't speak as fast as I can think, so I use filler words. Sorry about it. Leave me a comment. Tell me what you're reading right now. I'm reading The Prisoner's Throne, the second book in the Stolen Heir duology. And after that, I think I might go on to To Shatter the Night. Ooh, yeah. There's some really good books coming out this year, which I'm excited to try to find space for. I'm gonna go. Thank you for watching. I hope you have a good day, and I'll see you next time. Bye. Hi, my name's Caitlin. My name Jeff. Of an idea, price range. I think it's Salem Witch Trials. Nope. Nope, it's actually an organ. So I found it at a bookstore by me. I can't breathe. The chapters alternate POV between the main and the while I was sitting there on TikTok, yeah. I might do like a, why am I talking while I'm doing this? But I bought these sometime. This whole video is going to be this, isn't it?